A very good morning to all of you. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine and fit and you all are staying safe at your home. As you all know, I am your English teacher and my name is Priyanka. In today's class, what we are going to do, we are going to begin with a new chapter that is given on page number 112. Alright? And chapter number 16. It is chapter number 16 of your grammar book. Page number is 112 and the name of the chapter is the present tense. Yes, I know you all are very much familiar with this chapter because in earlier classes also you all have learned the same chapter. So students, quickly take out your book, page number 112. Let us discuss that what we are going to learn in this chapter. Alright. So in this chapter, what we are going to learn, we will be reading here on the top. Alright. On the top, it is written that what we are going to learn in this chapter. Quickly see these points. The features and uses of simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. So here we will be reading about or we will be learning about four forms. Number one is simple present tense. Second is present continuous tense. Third is present perfect tense. And the fourth one is present perfect continuous tense. Right? So let us begin the chapter and then we will move ahead gradually. First, let me tell you what is present tense. I know that you all know what is present tense, but let me tell you that we have three types of tenses basically. Number one is past tense, then we have the present tense and then we have the future tense. In the past tense, we talk about the actions that have already taken place. जो काम पहले से हो चुका है. Alright, the actions that have already taken place. In present tense, we talk about the actions that are happening now, like I am teaching you now. And in future tense, we talk about the actions that will happen in future. Alright, that will happen in future. Understood? So basically, when we talk about, we are here talking about present tense, we will talk about the actions that are taking place now. Alright. See here, look at these sentences. We go to school by bus. Sakshi went to school by car yesterday. Sakshi will go to school by bus tomorrow. See here, if I talk about the present tense, I said we go to school by bus. I am talking about now, that daily or right now we are going, going with the help of bus, right? If I take this sentence in past tense, so I will say Sakshi went to school. Went means already, this action is done. And if I take it in the future tense, then I will say Sakshi will go. It means abhi wo gayi nahi hai, abhi wo ja bhi nahi rahi hai. She will go in future. Alright. So here we are talking about the present tense. It means when the actions are we are doing the action right now. Alright. Right now in present tense, we will be talking about the actions that are taking place right now. Understood? Let us discuss the first type of present tense. What is the first type of present tense? Number one is simple present tense. It is simple present tense. In the simple present tense, the verb changes according to subject. If there is singular subject, then the verb will be used with S or ES. For example, Priyanka. Priyanka is singular. So I will say Priyanka dances. Dance ke saath what we added? We added S. Priyanka dances. Priyanka eats. Priyanka plays. Priyanka teaches. Understood? So when the subject is singular, at that time you will be using S with the main verb. But when the subject is plural, right? Now Priyanka and Sanya, two, alright, plural. Priyanka and Sanya play together. Now I will not say Priyanka and Sanya plays together. No. Priyanka and Sanya play together. Priyanka and Sanya dance together. Priyanka and Sanya eat together. So when the subject is plural, at that time you will not be adding s or es with the verb. When it is singular, then you will be adding s or es with the verb. Understood? Now see here, students, it is written I dance, she dances, we dance. While we say I dance, we dance, you dance, they dance, we say he dances. Why? Because he here is singular. She dances, she here is singular. Riya dances, Riya here is singular. Priyanka here is singular. So we are adding s with the verb. Alright. So the words he, she and it are pronouns in the third person. When we have a pronoun in third person singular like he, she, it, most verbs add with s. Right. So the he eats, s. Ram plays. Ram is singular, so we added s. Alright. Most verbs add s and es when in the present tense with the third person singular or with a singular countable noun. Just now I explained you this concept. When we have third person singular, third person means I am the first person, you are the second person. And who is the third person? He, she, it, right? So at that time when this is third person singular, so you will be adding s with the verb. He eats, she eats, Priyanka plays, Priyanka eats, s you are going to add with the verb. Understood? If you are seeing this green color box that is made on page number 113, first person, second person, third person. Look into your book, everyone. Yes. Singular, I look. Alright. Then in plural it will be we look. Second person, you look. In plural also it will be you look. No looks. S I am not adding. Concentrate here what I am teaching you. Alright. Third person, he looks. So when it is third person singular, you will be adding s. He looks. She looks. It looks. Right? Understood? Now the verb be however had different forms in the simple present. First person, I am. What is the verb that I use? Am. Am. Alright? In singular. But when I will be with somebody else, we, then the verb used will be are. We am is not correct. It will be we are going to the market. It will not be we am going to the market. No. With the first person I, then I will be using am. I am going to market. Alright. But when it is with plural, then we are going to market. Alright. Second person, you are. With singular also are is used, you are. And with plural also are is used. Understood? Now third person, he is. Singular. I am talking about singular. He is. She is. It is. He is a good boy. She is a good girl. It is a good thing. I am using is. I am not saying she are a good girl. Understand this very clearly. Now if I talk about the plural, they. Right? If I am talking about the plural, they. Now I will use is. No. I will be using are. It will be they are playing. They are sleeping. They are giggling. So I will not say they is giggling. Alright. So whenever we have third person singular, he, she, it, at that time we will be using a verb with s. Looks, plays, eats, dances. Alright. But when we have I am the first person singular. So I will not say I looks like. It will be I look like. I dance. It will not be I dances. I dance. I eat. I look. Understood? it should be very much clear that whenever we have the third person singular, he, she, it, at that time you will be adding s with the singular subject. Understood? And when you have the first person or the second person, you will be writing the sentence as instructed. Understood? Is it clear? Now if I say you have these boxes which are made here, you can see these boxes, the yellow and blue boxes in your book. It is written to form the negative of the verb be, add not after the be. You just have to add not. If I say I am hungry, this is a positive sentence. If you have to make a negative sentence, how will you make it? You will say I am not hungry. Alright? If I say you are a teacher, if you will say you are a teacher, but if I have to make a negative sentence, I will say you are not a teacher. So after the verb am, are, is, you will be adding not. Alright, if I say she is a singer, if you have to make a negative sentence, then how will you make it? You will say she is not a singer. Alright, so when you have to frame the negative sentences, you will be simply adding not after the verb. Alright, and be form of verb, earlier also I told you, be doesn't mean single be. Be means be form of verbs like is, am, are, was, were. I told you earlier also. Alright. Now for most other verbs to form negative, we use do not and does not before the base form of the main verb. Now if there is no helping verb in the sentence, so how you are going to frame the negative sentence? You will say she does not sing. With singular you will be using does not, and with plural you will be using do not. They do not sing. With singular does not, with plural do not. Alright? And we often use the short form also. If I say are not, so I can use aren't. Is not, I can say isn't. If I say do not, I can say don't. Does not, doesn't. Right? So we do use the short forms also. Nothing is wrong. If you are saying does not and if somebody is saying doesn't, both are correct. Does not is the full form and doesn't is the short form. So I can use either of the two. It is all okay. Alright? How are questions formed in the simple present tense? This I am not going to tell you, because I have already told you many a times, and I know that all my students know that how you are going to form the questions. You will bring the helping verb in the front of the sentence. If I say I am thirsty, so how will you make the question? Yes, it will be am I thirsty? Question mark. If I say she will dance, so how will you make the question? Will she dance? Right? Question mark. So the helping verb like am, are, will, shall, whatever is used in that sentence, that will come in the front of the sentence and you will be framing the questions. See here the examples given on page number 113, last box. You have to see that yellow color box, last one. The sentences are I am thirsty. So what will be the question? Am I thirsty? Question mark. Right? Next is you are a dancer. So what will be the question? Are you a dancer? Question mark. Next is Sunil is talented. So what will be the question? You tell me. Yes. Is Sunil talented? Question mark. Right? So this is the same way as we were forming the questions earlier. Similarly, we will be forming the questions now also. I hope that all of you understood the concept of present tense. In present tense, we talk about the actions that are taking place right now. Alright? And with singular, third person singular, we will be using S with the verb. She eats, Priyanka sings. Right? With singular, you will be using S with the verb, and with plural, you will not be using S. It will be they sing. Priyanka and Radha sing. It will not be Priyanka and Radha sings. right? So this is the short thing that I have told you, right? I have just sum up these chapter in just two sentences, that you have to understand this deep concept of present tense if you want to frame sentences grammatically correct. Alright, if you face that any kind of doubt is there, if you feel it that any kind of doubt is there, you can clear that doubt in your Zoom classes. Don't worry about it. Alright students, thank you so much. I hope that all of you understood the concept.